Hey guys, welcome to Love Notes for Dummies podcast, hosted by your girl, Natalie Clarice. You do know that this is a solo podcast, the destination for all things love, dating, relationship, and lifestyle. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get into it. Quick question. Why do you care if someone likes you or not? Why do people get upset because someone doesn't like them? Why does it matter? Most times, the people that don't like you don't even like themselves. Okay? Never let people consume you like that. You understand? And you have to understand that everybody is not going to like you. Okay? Many times, you don't have to do anything to people and they don't like you. You understand? That's not your issue, okay? That's their issue. You understand? We have to start focusing our attention on what matters, okay? And people just walking around not liking you for whatever reason that they have come up with in their heads is not your problem. You understand? And it just baffles me that people will walk around being so upset, so annoyed that a person doesn't like them. You understand? You can't control that. You understand? You can't control how people feel. You understand? You can only control your feelings. All right? And the worst thing you could do is take on a person's issue that they have with you. And especially if you haven't did anything to them. Okay? That's not your problem, okay? You just have people, you have to understand, okay? We're in a world where you just have weird people like that. You understand? You can have on a nice top. They don't like you because look at her top. I don't like her. You know? Or look at her shoes. Who does she think she is? I don't like her. You just have people like that. Miserable people are like that. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's misery. You understand? Misery loves company. You understand? You don't give people give them that type of energy. You understand? You don't give people energy when they are creating issues with you that you know nothing about. You understand? Now, I understand that, I can understand, put it like this, I can understand a person not liking you, okay, if you did something to them. Of course, absolutely, all right? Sometimes a person could do something to you and it's just like, oh my God, I do not like her, okay? Because what she did to me, I would never do that to her, and I couldn't understand why she did that to me, and because of that, I don't like her, okay? That's understandable, all right? And, if you do something to somebody that's unethical or that was very, just out of character, you understand? Of course, they shouldn't like you. Let's be real. You understand? They shouldn't like you. But if you have never did anything to a person and they just creating this drama with you that they just don't like you for whatever reason, okay, that's not your problem, all right? Don't take on that problem because that's not your issue, okay? Never give people that power over you, okay? Allow them to not like you and you keep it moving and go live your best life, okay? Stop absorbing people's issues, okay? Or people's problems, you understand? Stop absorbing those people's issues like that, You are responsible for what belongs to you, okay? And knowing how to identify what belongs to you and what belongs to them, all right? And a person who is just walking around not liking you and not speaking to you and trying to tamper your name with others or whatnot, that has nothing to do with you, all right? And if they are, discussing you with people and trying to make you look bad, and if those people believe whatever that person is telling them, those people are not your friend, okay? Because people who are your friend wouldn't even listen to anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even listen to anything like that when it comes to you. All right. So if you see a gang of people ganging up, discussing you, saying they don't like you for whatever reason, you understand? Don't worry about it. There are bigger problems in the world. Deal with people and hang out with people who like you. Okay? I used to tell my kids that when they were growing up. I used to tell my kids that, like, for real. Okay? When when you're in school and they're little kids, little elementary kids, and they like, oh, mommy, she didn't want to play with me today. That's okay. Go play with the people who want to play with you. It's not that big of a deal. I promise you. Okay? I literally mold that into my kids. Don't worry about him playing with you or her playing with you. Go play with people who want to play with you. And as a result, my kids literally grew up with that locked in their heads. Okay? They could care less about who liked them or not. Okay? And they hung out with people who liked them. All right? And the same with you. Don't worry about who don't like you. Okay? Like I said, most times they don't like themselves. And you go find people who like you. And you hang out with those people. It's just that simple. All right? We got to learn what battles to fight. You understand? We got to learn what issues, not to entertain. We got to know how to prioritize. You understand? And again, when you got people just messy and walking around and got all these issues with you and you've never did anything to them, that's not your battle. Okay? That's something within them that they're dealing with, all right? And they're trying to take it out on you, okay? They're trying to inflict their pain of what they're feeling on you, okay? Don't allow them to do that. Don't allow them to take your happiness, to take your joy. And I repeat, especially when you have never did anything to them, okay? Don't allow them to do that, all right? It's really just not that serious, you understand? And one thing you must understand, when a person do not like you for no reason, it's not your job to try hard to get them to like you, okay? That is the worst thing you could do, is show a person that they are affecting you because they don't like you. That is the worst thing you can do, all right? If a person don't like you, you politely keep it moving and go live your best life, all right? And allow them to deal with that made-up drama, okay? Don't entertain that type of foolishness, especially grown people, all right? Especially grown adults. I would hate to think you have grown adults worrying about a person not liking them for no reason. Okay? Because when you start worrying about a person not liking you and you've never did anything to them, now it's like, what's wrong with you? So I repeat, in this world that we live in today, everybody is not going to like you. And that's okay, okay? You have to understand you're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And it's okay, all right? It's okay. I really have no problem with it, okay? If you don't like me, it's okay. I promise you. It's not a big deal. Go find people you like. That's all. You don't like me? Fine. Go find people you like. And you need to be the same exact way. It's not that serious. Everybody's not going to like you. It's just the way of the world. You understand? Everybody is not going to get you. It's just how it is. All right? But it's not your job to try and make people like you. Because you could sit and go to the moon for them and come right back and they still not going to like you. Okay? So why waste the energy? They don't like you. You say, okay, no problem. And keep it moving. All right? So I just wanted to bring that up because, I see people get so upset and, literally they're trying to understand. Well, I don't understand. Why doesn't she like me? I mean, what have I did to her? What have you did to her? Nothing. So why are you worrying about it? You didn't do anything to her, so why are you worrying about it? It's not your problem. It's something she created in her head about you, okay? And she's living in that space, okay? And that's fine. let her live in that space all by herself. All right? And then she will realize that you're not even interested in her liking you or not. All right, it's just not that big of a deal, people. All right, so we have to really, really just, understand that, and understand that life is too short. You understand? Find people that love you, that like you. Deal with people that love you and like you. And anything outside of that, you should not have any space for it. All right? Learn to prioritize. You understand? Learn to understand what's supposed to be in your space and what's not supposed to be in your space, okay? We have to really, really be like that. You understand? And like I said, it's not a big deal. I promise you, it is just not a big deal, all right? So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I know, like I said earlier, people really, really be like upset and really, annoyed and agitated and feeling down in their spirit because, people, act funny or people start being weird with them for whatever reason. You understand? As a grown person, I've realized as we get older, everybody is fucking weird. I'm going to keep it so weird, so real, okay? I just realized as a grown person, because you don't see these things, honestly, when you're young. When you in your 20s and stuff, you really don't see that kind of stuff. But as you get older, you really see and you observe and you realize people are fucking weird. Like, for no reason. You realize people have real issues, like for real. You understand? You'll be like, wow. You don't even see this stuff when you're young. But when you start really, paying attention to people, and people be weird for no reason. You understand? They just be weird for no reason. It's like crazy, But hey, I'm one, trust me. I'm not gonna bother nobody, all right? You wanna be weird? You be weird, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with that, all right? Natalie Clarice, stay in her space, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with that, all right? So, again, I let people be weird and let them go live their best life, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with that. Anyway, moving on, all right? I was always wanted to know and wanted to, have a discussion about this because I just feel this is definitely a discussion that needs to be had as well, okay? And what I want to talk about is how do people be in relationships with guys, right? And the relationship is not defined. Let me repeat that. How do a woman be in a relationship with a guy and the relationship has not been defined? I mean, like, you guys have been in a relationship like 6 months, 12 months. You understand? I mean, you all are like, I don't even want to say relationship, but situationship maybe, or hanging out, whatever you call it, all right? But it has not been defined, okay? How do you continue to entertain a guy who has not said to you, hey, we're in a committed relationship? Hey, you're off the market, all right? I'm not seeing anyone, and I don't want you seeing anyone because right now I'm asking you to be my girl, to be my lady, all right? Meaning that we're both off the market. We're dating each other. We're in an exclusive, committed relationship, all right? If that has not been discussed, how do you continue to be with the guy and do all the things that a relationship requires and it has not been defined? The relationship, the situationship, or whatever you want to call it, has not been defined. See, when you do that, right? When you allow a guy to be in a situationship with you like that, meaning that you're doing everything as though you guys are in a real full-blown relationship, you're really opening yourself up for big disappointment. You understand? Because the relationship has not been defined, okay? It is very important, all right, when you are involving yourself with a man, and you guys are doing everything as though you guys are in a relationship, that relationship needs to be defined, okay? Because basically what you're doing and what you're saying to him is that he's not obligated to you, okay? There is really no commitment, all right? You all are really just going with the flow. Most likely you're not the woman. Most likely you're really in it. You understand? But for whatever reason, you all have not had the serious discussion, the serious talk. Never be in a situationship with a guy doing all the things that will involve a real relationship and the relationship has not been defined, all right? There is no obligation to you, all right? He could do whatever he want, whenever he want, all right? And guess what? He can throw it back up in your face, well, we just hanging out. I never said that we was in a relationship. I thought we just hanging out. That is the last thing a woman wants to hear when her feelings are involved and her emotions are involved. That is the last thing that any woman wants to hear when they are spending time with a man, okay, and giving her all right, and then something pops off and he says to you, well, we was just hanging out. I didn't know we was in a relationship. That is hurtful. That is very hurtful. So you should never be in a relationship with a guy doing all of those things and he have not said to you, hey, I want us to be exclusive. All right? If a guy is not saying that to you, that really means that he do not want to be exclusive, okay? Because this is how a man think, all right? Well, this is how men are, put it like that. This is just how they are, all right? Men are like this, all right? First of all, I've said this before. They're very territorial, all right? And they do not play about the woman that they want, okay? A man would never feel comfortable being with a woman, all right, and not defining the relationship, okay? A man is not going to be comfortable allowing his woman out here in these streets, okay, able to talk to whoever she wants to talk to because he has not defined the relationship with her, all right? Men are not going to be comfortable with that, all right? So when a man wants you, okay, and really, really is into you, he's going to define that relationship to make sure that both of you are on the same page, that you guys are in alignment, all right? Men is not going to allow a woman that they're into to be out here in these streets, all right, just not knowing what's going on with the relationship that she have with him. No way. No way. Men don't operate like that, okay? So if you're in a situationship with a guy and it's been some time, I'm talking about you guys have been, hanging out for like 6 months and, 8 months and 12 months and things like that, all right? And he hasn't said to you, hey, we exclusive, right? We in this together, right? Meaning that I'm not seeing nobody, you not seeing nobody. We are an item. We're a couple now, right? If he has not said that to you, he is not serious about you, okay? Period. He is not serious about you, okay? You're just a time filler, all right? He's just playing the field. He's just having fun, okay? While it's lasting. That's it, all right? Not only that, he's still searching, all right? Which means that you're a placeholder, okay? He's not really trying to settle down with you, okay? He's just having fun, all right? So if you are a woman, all right, that's in a relationship or situationship. Why do I keep saying relationship? A situationship with the guy, okay? And you really want something meaningful with this guy. It is very important that you have that discussion. Don't just go with the flow, okay? Especially if it's a guy that you really, really like, okay? Especially with a guy that you really like. It is very important that you all have a discussion, okay? And if you see a guy that you are in a situation with, okay, in a situationship with, all right? And any time that you try to have a serious conversation with him about your relationship with him, okay? And you see him more or less like running from that conversation, or, you know, more or less not really entertaining the conversation, that's not a good sign, okay? That means he is not serious about the relationship, okay? I repeat, it's a time filler. He's just having fun, okay, while it's lasting, all right? No woman wants to be in a relationship where a man sees her as, I'm just having fun, okay? It's not about him. It's about you, okay? It's not about him. I'm going to repeat that. It's about you, okay? Don't allow a man to play with your emotions like that, okay? Or your feelings like that. That's not a good feeling, okay? You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. And you deserve to be in a relationship where a man sees you as somebody that he really, really wants to be with, okay? Stop settling for breadcrumbs from a man. Stop settling for bare minimum. Stop settling for nothing, okay? If a man cannot commit to you, but he's okay with just spending time with you in a situationship, whatever you want to call it, that's not a relationship, because that means he's not committed to you, which means that anytime he feels like it, he can leave you, abandon you, all right? And then again, when you try to bring up certain situations or something, maybe he did something to, you know, hurt you or hurt your feelings or whatnot, and you bring it up, and he says to you, well, I thought we was just friends, just hanging out. Oh, I didn't know we was having a relationship. If it's a situationship, it needs to be treated as a situationship. You do not give him relationship benefits if a relationship has not been defined. You do not give him all the beauty of a relationship if he has not defined the relationship at all. He does not deserve that. Okay? You have to make men respect you and your time and your feelings. If he's okay hanging out with you, doing everything that a relationship requires, why can't he commit to you? You know why? Because he doesn't want to be obligated to you. He does not want to be accountable for anything, okay? He just want to be in a situationship that you guys are just going with the flow, all right? And most times we as women, of course, we are emotional. We're very emotional people, right? And when we like somebody, we really like somebody, right? So when we do like that person, we want to give them all. We want to give it to them all. You understand? We want to spend time. We want to go do things. We want them to come over. We want to give it all, right? That's how women are built, okay? But we can't do that. We cannot do that, especially if he's not on the same page. We just can't do that, because then when we do that, we set ourselves up to be disappointed. Yeah, we set ourselves up to be disappointed. Yeah, you just can't, give a man. And then not only that, he's not going to appreciate it in the end anyway. He's not going to appreciate that. When a man respects you, you know why a man respects you? Because you respect yourself. That's when a man have the ultimate respect for you, when you respect yourself. It's okay to say, no, That won't work for me. Nah, I'm good. I'm not interested in being in a situationship like that. No, I'm looking for a man who is really looking for something serious with me. I'm not interested in a situationship. Okay? That won't work for me. All right? Situationships is exactly what it is. Situationships. There is no commitment in that nowhere. Okay? Why are you spending time with a man every day or every other day and he has not defined the relationship? Why are you allowing him access to your world as though this is your man? Why are you having sex with a man who has not defined the relationship? Why are you having a baby by a man who has not defined the relationship? What do you expect from him if he has not defined the relationship? I'm going to tell you what you're going to get from him. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's why he did not define the relationship. Because he do not want to be obligated or accountable for anything. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair to you. So I repeat, when you come across these men, all right, we got to get this, ladies. We got to get this. When you come across these men, all right, and they say to you, well, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm just looking for a friend to hang out with. It's okay to tell him, okay, well, I'm looking for a man who is looking for a relationship. So I wouldn't be interested in what you're looking for. That's how you save yourself from the BS, okay? That's how you save yourself from the bullshit, all right? We have to make these men be men again, all right? And the only way we can do that, it starts with you. It starts with you, okay? Stop accepting this dysfunctional mindset when it comes to these men. Stop accepting these men who want full access to you, but don't want to commit to you. Stop accepting that. Say, no, I'm not interested, and keep it moving. As a matter of fact, tell him, hell no, I'm not interested, and keep it moving. Enough is enough, all right? And ladies, we have to stand up. We have to stand up because this has gotten out of control. All of these men that come into your life, everybody talking about, I don't want a relationship. I want a friendship. Fine. You go your way and let him go his way. All right? If you're trying to get to a real connection with somebody, say no to that bullshit because that's what it is. Say no to that. And what has happened, and I've said this, I believe, in one of my other episodes, these men have gotten so comfortable with not doing anything for the ladies today that they think that they could just show up and just have full access to your world, to your body, to everything, and not do anything. So I repeat, a man who is hanging out with you and has not defined the relationship, that's not good, okay? It is very important that you are in a relationship and you know exactly where you stand in that relationship, okay? You know exactly the kind of relationship you and him got, okay? You know exactly that you guys are in an exclusive, committed relationship, okay? You're off the market. You're not dating anyone but him, and he's not dating anyone but you. And that's when he should have access to your world. Anything outside of that should be a no-go. Okay? A no-go. Now, let me say this, because some of you are okay with that. Some of you are okay with the situationships. If that's what you're interested in, do you. Have fun, okay? But women who are really looking for something solid that's going to lead to the next level possibly, you have to make a man be a man, and you have to make a man define his relationship when it comes to you, okay? Never let a man think it's okay to hang out with you and him not be accountable for whatever goes on in a relationship. Because basically that's what you're allowing when you're in a relationship that's not defined. You're in a relationship with a man that anything that comes up, if he do something crazy or if you have a question about maybe his actions or whatever, you're setting yourself up for him to say to you, well, I thought we was just hanging out. I had no idea we're in a relationship. Who want to hear that? When you have literally opened your heart and your world to this man. Who want to hear that? So moving forward, any relationship that you are in or any man that you meet, you find out what is the goal when it comes to you and him. You ask him, what are you looking for when it comes to me and you? If he say, well, I'm just looking for a friend, you make sure you treat him as a friend. If he say, well, hey, I would like to see where this could go. All right, pace it and let's see where it goes. And if you guys see each other, if you guys start to hanging out all the time and you seem like the chemistry is there and you seem like everything is vibing and it's going into 3 months or whatnot, now you need to say, so what are we? What are we doing here? Okay? What are we doing here? Time is money. Money is time. You don't have time for that. After a good 3 months of hanging out, that relationship needs to be defined. Especially if you are consistently being together. Yeah. You got to make a man up. So what are we doing here? And if he can hang out with you for 3 and 4 months consistently and you guys doing this and doing that, and then the 4th month you start, you want to have that conversation. So what are we doing here? And he seems to be unsure or want to be in this zone. Well, I was thinking we could just really just let things just flow. We let it flow. It flowed for 4 months. I need to know, where is this relationship going? What are we doing here? The relationship needs to be defined. Because if the relationship is not going to be defined, there are certain things that's going to be off limits when it comes to you. That's how it goes. Yeah, you don't give him your world if he's not really trying to be in your world. Okay? So I just wanted to have that discussion because I get a lot of questions pertaining to that, pertaining to relationships, and women are in situationships and they're trying to understand I don't know what kind of relationship we have. It's not really defined. That's on you. You have to have that conversation. Don't go with the flow. After you've hung out with someone for a good 3-4 months, you guys are really vibing, have wonderful time, and it seems like the chemistry is there. It's time to have that talk. What are we? What are we doing here? Tell me. I need to know. So I'll know exactly what direction I need to be going in. Yeah, especially my women that are over 30 and 40. You don't have time to be playing with no man like that. Make that man up. Let him know let him know what you want. And it's not even about really letting him know what you want. It's making him man up by telling you what he wants or what he wants in this relationship. Okay, so I just wanted to have that conversation because that is very, very, very important. Okay, that's how relationships build to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. But it has to be defined. Okay, and like I said before, a man is not comfortable with you out here in these streets and he has not defined the relationship with you if he's really serious about you. All right. So a man that's serious about you, just know that they are going to define that relationship. All right. Now, a man who is just playing with you, they are not going to define the relationship, and they're going to be okay in a situationship. Okay. Because again, they're not trying to really be in it like that. All right. They're just, again, having fun. Okay. And this concludes another episode of Love Notes for Dummies podcast, hosted by your girl, Natalie Clarice, the destination for all things love, dating, relationships, and lifestyle. This was so much fun, guys. And until next time, be smart, date smart, choose wisely, Nat Nation. And remember, I told you.
Xavier.